Norwood, and welcome to the 124th Annual Norwood Day Parade. I'm Jane Grote.
And I'm Donna Laake. And I'd like to remind you that this parade was initially started to celebrate Norwood's new water system. So 124 years ago today, we tapped into fresh water. And hence, ever since then, we've been having parades. So we want to welcome you tonight. Unfortunately, I was reminded that this year, one of our favorite citizens in Norwood, Jim Tyree, is no longer with us. Jim used to set out his chairs out in front of Miller Brothers, and he'd rope them off and set them out in the morning. He wanted to make sure he got a front row seat, and he'd run out and shake hands with everybody. And he's not here with us tonight, so I just wanted to remember Jim. I know his family's probably sitting up in front of Miller Brothers, but that's kind of what the Norwood Day Parade and Norwood Day Coney is all about. It's about family, it's about Norwood, it's about having a good time. So I'm sure Jim's watching down on us tonight.
And as Donna indicated, tomorrow is Norwood Day at Coney Island. That is sponsored by the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club. We invite everyone to come out. It's always a fun time. Ride the rides. They got a brand new water park out at Coney. So for a very small price, you get all the rides, all the sunlight pool, all the water park, the paddle boats. Plus there's bingo, there's combination raffle, there's the baby show. So it's always that fun time, and it should be a beautiful day tomorrow. Warm enough that you want to spend a lot of time in the pool, but not too warm that you don't want to walk around Coney Island. So this is, I believe, somewhere, I think the Coney Island Day started in 1934. So that would make this, what, the 82nd Norwood Day. So a lot of tradition going on.
Speaking of tradition, I received a proclamation from the mayor that he asked me to read. This is a proclamation that says, whereas Dorothy Dottie Kamenchik was born in the city of Norwood, Ohio on December 21st, 1925, where she lived at 2200 Quatman Avenue. Dottie played softball with her team from Cincinnati, who won the national title in 1940, 41, and 42. And whereas Dottie Kamenchik played first base for the Rockford Peaches from 1943 to 1951, and again in 1953 in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, which was founded in 1943 during World War II when many male athletes were drafted into the armed forces. And whereas Dottie Kamenchik, whose motto was, anything less than my best is failure, was known as one of the brightest stars in the league. She was a left-handed first baseman and a leadoff hitter with a lifetime average of .292. She was named one of the top 100 female athletes in the century by Sports Illustrated after winning batting titles by hitting .316 and .306 in 1946 and 47. She was selected to 7 All-Star teams. In 1950, they tried to buy out her contract from Men's League, which she refused. She retired from baseball in 1953. And whereas the movie A League of Their Own came out in 1992, it was in part based upon the professional baseball career of Dottie Kamenchik. And whereas in the off-season, Dottie Kamenchik studied physical and health education at UC, after retiring from baseball, she graduated from Marquette University and practiced physical therapy. And whereas the city of Norwood is proud to be the birthplace of Dottie Kamenchik and would like to honor her for her athletic ability and the significant contribution and recognition she has brought to the Norwood community. Now therefore I, Thomas F. Williams, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Norwood, state of Ohio, do hereby declare Tuesday, July 26, 2016 is Dorothy Dottie Kamenchik Day in the city of Norwood, and it's signed by Mayor Thomas Williams. So Dottie, from A League of Their Own, we're proud to call you one of our own from Norwood as well.
Well, Donna, I think you can hear the parade is getting very close to our location. But maybe before they get here, we could introduce our judges.
I think that sounds like a fine idea. Why don't you start, Dee?
All right, we have 4 judges who will be judging the floats and the entries. The first is Michael Howard, who's Director of Marketing and Development of Norwood Promise. Norwood Promise is committed to providing each Norwood City school graduate the opportunity to attend post-secondary education with scholarship.
And next to Michael is Kevin Hertel, who is Vice President, Senior Business Development Officer of Republic Bank. And they're a new Norwood Chamber member. And we just found out that Republic Bank is going to be located in Cornerstone, the corner of Smith Road and Edmonton Road. So welcome, Republic Bank.
And also, next to him is Tom Salinger, who's the Market President of Republic Bank. They are also a gold sponsor of the parade.
And our 4th judge is Tammy Stickley. She's a practicing attorney with the Singarelli Law Office. She is a 3rd-generation Norwood resident, and she currently serves as Norwood Council at Large member. So welcome to our judges. They will be deciding who wins the trophies and some of the cash prizes, gang.
And they always do a good job. Well, I see that we're starting off with our traditional start of the parade, which from the entry from the American Legion Post 123, Leyland Barnett Post 123. They have led off this parade for as long as I can remember, and I can remember back a long time.
And I'm a little bit older than you, but yeah, they have always started off with a police cruiser and then the Leland and Barnett Post. And we are grateful for their walking in the parade and for all that they do in the community. They do a fine job on Memorial Day up at Victory Park. If you've not attended one of the ceremonies up there, I would recommend it. It's very moving on Memorial Day.
The whole front of the parade is from our safety services, the Norwood Police Department and the Norwood Fire Department. And certainly in these days, I would ask everyone to please applaud for our fine police officers, our fine firefighters, the EMS. They do an awful lot of good in the city. We also have, I believe in the lead car is Chief William Kramer, the Chief of Police, and his family.
That is Chief Kramer.
That is, and he's leading the Leland Barnett Color Guard. Then we have the K-9 unit.
Right behind the Leland Barnett Post are members of the U.S. Army Reserves. And I think I see some Norwood natives, Sergeant Steve Jesse and Specialist Josh Jesse. The U.S. Army Reserves, they are a very integral part of that Memorial Day celebration. Gentlemen, we thank you for your service.
And they're followed by the Norwood Police Color Guard. And following them is the Norwood's own K-9 unit.
Officer Mike Voiture and Amour.
I think it's Armor. Always good to see them, but not when they're chasing you. And they're followed by a volunteer group that's very important in Norwood, Citizens on Patrol. That organization has been going through Norwood, helping out, keeping an eye on the neighborhood. Then we have the SWAT truck.
This SWAT van is like totally self-contained. It can roll up to an event. It's a mobile command center, and they have everything they need right in this van.
And then we have the Norwood Fire Department. They are driving, the first one is not one of our current trucks. It's a 1920 Aaron's Foxfire engine with our new fire chief, Ron Wallace.
Congratulations, Chief. ladder goes up so amazingly far. I see them practicing on it, and it's amazing how far that is. And this is a Little League team that won the Cincinnati City Championships, and they are from Norwood. And we give them a round of applause. They won the City Championship. Congratulations.
And they're followed by our Grand Marshal, Thomas Shepard, CEO of Shepard Chemical. That's celebrating their 100th year in the city of Norwood. Shepard Chemical has been in Norwood since 1916. Their current location is on Beach Street. And they're followed by the Chamber President, Tom Geppinger, and the Mayor,
Tom Williams with his wife, Marriott. And they're followed by the gold sponsor, Hamilton County Development Center. It's a comprehensive driving force behind business development, building our economy, one business at a time.
And as we indicated, Norwood Day wouldn't happen without the Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club. These are some of the officers, the people putting on the Norwood Day. Norwood Business and Professional Women's Club sponsors scholarships. These are all paid for through people coming to Norwood Day and having a good time.
We give away 2 scholarships, and this year the scholarship winners were Brianna Ireton. She's going to NKU, and the Nora Overstreet scholarship was Tesla Daniel. She's going to go to UC Bluac.
And also, there's Norwood Christmas Town, another event about 6 months from now, the first Saturday in December.
And we had a gold sponsor, Matlock Electric, providing leading quality sales and service since 1920, a family-owned business, serving Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Now we have the Norwood Marching Band, the Marching Indians.
They have had just unbelievable success in recent years. They went to the National Memorial Day Parade in Washington, D.C. in 2011. They've gone to state marching band finals 3 consecutive years. And they host a Mid-States Band Association competition. They've had great success. They've been at Shea Stadium for 9 years with that band competition, and they're looking forward to another great season.
And other representatives of the Norwood School District. We have a lot of parents and members of the schools.
Teachers, students,
See the volleyball team.
Always have a good turnout from Norwood City Schools.
We have the football team.
Volleyball team, obviously.
I believe our football team did well last year.
Rhonda Tyree, we talked about your dad, baby. Football team, you guys gonna be good this year, right? I see you lifting weights this year. All right.
And another after-school program, the Avenue for Success, is a very important program that goes on. This looks like a soccer team coming by. Both the girls and the boys soccer team. You know, the Olympics are coming up, and it wouldn't surprise me if we would see in about 15 years, some of these players are playing in the Olympics.
Looks like the volleyball team's going to have a car wash at the Roses on Sunday at noon, according to the sign on the side of their truck. There's our boys soccer.
By the way, Donna, do you know that a Norwood boy is on the United States volleyball team?
I heard that. You sent that to me in an email. Doc Brayton, are you a coach? You're coaching soccer? Thank you for your service to the Norwood community. Make sure we have a good soccer team this year.
Well, when we watch the Olympics, we'll have to watch out for a Norwood resident who is now on the Olympic men's volleyball, indoor volleyball.
Williams Avenue Elementary School will be celebrating their 100th anniversary in that school on March 4th next year. Principal Mark Gabbard, I'm sure, has lots of activities planned for us. I know he's going to have his family busy that day. And all the teachers and students, we look forward to that.
We have all the different elementary schools, Williams Avenue School being represented.
And I'm sure I saw Sharpsburg and View go by earlier. And Avenues for Success has a really nice float. They said they want to congratulate the Shepherd Chemical Company for their successful 100 years in the Norwood business community and beyond. Avenues for Success thanks Shepherd Chemical for partnering with them to brighten the lives of our students by providing business guidance to increase community awareness of our program as we continue to provide exceptional experiences in our unique after-school program. These folks are totally committed to this program.
We have our gold sponsors, School Outfitters, a very appropriate thing to be in the midst of all the different schools. And they are followed by the Little Indians football team and their cheer squad. Little Indians football and cheer squad are a group that I know is fairly new here in Norwood, but a very active and happy way of getting into football and cheerleading.
I think that had a lot to do with the success of the high school football program because kids get introduced to football and football techniques as they're younger. And the cheerleading has gotten better because the cheerleaders start so much younger. Many of the kids tumble now and they learn those skills early on. More Norwood Indian cheerleaders. Schools always have one of the largest entries to the door.
Glad to see so many of the kids and the parents coming out to the parade.
Literally, this is our future. It's so nice to have them take part in the parade.
Well, we've certainly seen some good cheerleading out here.
More Norwood football players, or Little Indians.
We also have Norwood Promise, which is a program here, as we talked about before, that is trying to guarantee that anyone who graduates from a Norwood school will be allowed to able to go on to post-secondary education. Now, in order to do that, they need donations. So if you want to see the children of our city go on to college or to technical school, we need to support Norwood Promise.
Their goal is to establish an endowment of $2.5 million by 2018 so that they can offer these scholarships to students. So they're looking to businesses, organizations, and individuals to make donations.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's Ronald McDonald from the McDonald's restaurant, Gilroy Restaurant, to operate McDonald's here in Norwood. You know, it took a long time for us to get a McDonald's here in Norwood,
But
Donna.
we're happy you're here. Good. And of course, they are one of the sponsors of the Ronald McDonald House, so that's always a wonderful organization for families to stay when they're out of town.
And they're followed by the Norwood Recreation Commission, trying to squirt everybody, so if you're a little warm, they'll be glad to make you a little wetter, if nothing else.
Jenny Wallace has allowed them to put a pool on that float. They're hurting people as they go by. I don't think anybody minds.
And we have the diamond sponsor, the C.W. Zumfield. Even though they're no longer located in Norwood, they're still a supporter of the parade. And the Shark Squad from the Newport Aquarium.
Sponsored by the Wave Foundation. They try to excite, engage, and educate the community about the wonders of aquatic life. And what a great facility that is across the river in Newport.
I understand Shark Week's coming up on television, and then I think it's next week, so.
That's what I heard.
And we have the Norwood Soccer Association. I don't know how many of them can kick that soccer ball, but
That's my neighbor, Mrs. Winchester, driving my truck. Soccer has gotten so big in Norwood. It's open to all boys and girls in Norwood and in greater Cincinnati, and they try to sustain that by volunteers who just give an amazing amount of time, a commitment of hard work. So if you're interested, you can go to norwoodsa.org. So Norwood SA Soccer Association, norwoodsa.org.
We have the St. Cecilia Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts. They're a Cub Scout pack and a Girl Scout troop associated with St. Cecilia Church and School in Oakley. However, they do draw not only Oakley residents, but some Norwood residents down in South Norwood and from other surrounding areas and multiple churches in the community.
Yeah, they're just our neighbors to the east.
So they're in East Norwood.
I guess. I guess so. That's the only direction I can think of.
Scouting program is always an important thing to help with the children to grow and to learn new skills. And they're becoming very modern. I understand there's merit badges for technical computer skills as well.
We sometimes have them at our council meetings where they're earning communications badges. So they're always looking for a debate on issues, and we usually don't disappoint.
We have a silver sponsors, the woman sitting next to me, Donna Laake, and her husband, Bob Laake. We appreciate their sponsorship of the parade, as well as Giancoa's janitorial services. And also in front of that is NCT, the very channel that is bringing you this parade on television, Facebook, and their very own YouTube channel.
And next we have Boy Scout Troop 9. Located here in Norwood. Larry Fanning is the headmaster of this group, although there are several folks that assist him. Hello, Larry. We'll be at the festival. The Boy Scouts do a lot of volunteer work in the community. They have personally helped me spread mulch and playgrounds. They've done a lot of work. They're a nice service organization, and again, they do earn merit badges, just like the troop from Oakley does.
We have the Norwood City Schools Alumni Association. It's all the ones who are growing up as students here in the city, and these are the people that actually grew up and have made a success for themselves out of the city.
There's a very nice alumni room on the bridge between the middle school and high school. If you haven't had an opportunity to go there, it's certainly worth a visit. They have a lot of memorabilia, just a wide range of things that have to do with all things Norwood City Schools.
They sponsored the Athletic Hall of Fame, which I believe is the 25th anniversary year of that.
Some distinguished alumni, several members of the Bolden family.
And next we have the entry from the New Bethel Baptist Church. They always have a marvelous float. They have been brightening lives in Norwood for over 60 years. They're located on the corner of Norwood and Forest Avenue. They invite people to come worship with them on Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Their pastor is Jason Warhorn.
And of course, everybody has a website, so they're www.newbethelbaptist.com. Thank you for your continued participation in the parade.
And of course, it wouldn't be a parade without the politicians. We have our first politician coming through, the Hamilton County Commissioner Todd Fortune.
Todd's running for his fourth term on the commission.
And Todd insists on walking through the parade as opposed to riding in one of the cars.
Todd just worked so hard. He rehabbed at a great facility, and he is amazing. And we thank you for walking in our parade. Thank you.
Todd has just said Norwood is the center of the We're going to hold you to that. And then they're followed by our gold sponsor, the the Urology group. You know, the Urology group is putting on a run walk to zero prostate cancer. Run walk. They've done this for a number of years to raise awareness for prostate cancer.
And I called them last night because we didn't have the date of the walk. And so I received a call back today. And mark this on your calendar or save the date. October 15th, 2016. That's the date of the Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk.
And another wonderful organization is the Job's Daughter, Bethel, number 12. They've been involved in the Norwood youth for many, many years. They're a Masonic youth group for girls between the ages of 10 and 20. They meet at the Norwood Masonic Center at 2020 Hopkins Avenue on the second and fourth Sunday of each month, except during these hot summer months of July and August.
And the Masonic Lodge was first started on October 24th, 1895. They're currently located at 2020 Hopkins Avenue, and they have almost 900 members. The gem of the Highlands where brotherly love, relief, and truth flourish. And they wish to thank the Lindner family for their continued generous assistance over the years for making that facility in Norwood a great place to live, work, and play.
We now have the Grace United Methodist Church. They've been part of Norwood for over 100 years. They have many activities like their children's music group, their Whiz Kids, and the Bible study group. And their services are at 10:45 on Sundays, led by their pastor, Matt Kroger.
And they're followed by Chief Judge Shanahan. Judge Megan Shanahan is proud to serve the Hamilton County. She is your law and order judge, and she thanks you for your vote in November. She does have a Norwood connection. There is her husband. Her husband was the nephew of the late Bill Cosgrove. We will never forget Bill. I miss him to this day. So. You're welcome, Judge Shanahan. I didn't know you were having another one. Congratulations.
And now we have the Ohio Prayer Breakfast Ministry. It's located in Cincinnati, and it strives to bring together local ministers and churches and all people to pray for our nation, its leaders, and our family.
I think we could use a lot of these days.
That is true.
Followed by Cameron Avenue Church of God and the Atwood family, who runs this church, and they pour their heart and soul into it. They're big enough to serve, small enough to care. The church is one of the sponsors for the Hope Over Heroin in Norwood, which will be held August 26th and 27th at the old Norwood Plaza site that currently owned by Xavier. They're trying to help those and their families who are dealing with addiction, and all are invited to join them for this free event. One of the Atwood boys has spearheaded this, but we hope it's going to be a very large community event. And we thank you for all of the hope and energy that's put into this.
And we have now a banner recognizing another of our silver sponsors, the Foundation Bank, which is just around the corner from here, and Pet Spot, which is a wonderful place if you need a place to leave your dog for either daycare or overnight care.
And Foundation Bank has 5 locations now. They have Norwood, downtown, Hyde Park, Milford, and Woodlawn. They take a traditional approach to customer service, and they say their customers always come first. They pride themselves on providing quality service since 1882. And as we said, they now have 5 locations.
You know, they have also a beautiful mural in their bank here.
They do. And they've really made the front of the bank look really nice with the landscaping.
And here are the Norwood Democratic Club, along with their traditional mascot, the donkey.
And it's been in the parade since 1975. They meet on the 3rd Thursday of the month at the Norwood Community Center at 6:30. They say stop by for a cold drink, an informative conversation. All are welcome.
And we have one of our council members, Joe Sanker, the representative for Ward 4, and his lovely wife, Jeannie.
It's actually in Ward 3.
That's true. He is Ward 3.
He's got a lot of children and in-laws and they're grandparents now.
Well, and I believe they have one of their daughters. I know won baby show. I think 2 years in a row now. So we have our beauty queen amongst them.
So they're Maria and Ben have their granddaughter May.
And here's the Ward 4 council person, John Mumford.
John's walking with a bunch of his family members, John and Kathy. And then there's Brian, Kate, Jack, and Chad. Jeff, Kim, Julia, Jake, and Jessica. Scott, Joy, Samantha, Jim, and Lizzie. Joe, JT, and Grace. Kristen, Danny, are Gavin and Eli here, the twins. Con, Kate, Tim, and Annabelle Records. The twins are here. And Katie, you look fabulous for having twins. Congratulations.
And they're followed by Tim Maloney, walking with his family.
Annabelle walking too. How sweet. Tim Maloney says this is his 19th year as Norwood treasurer. He's working with his wife April and their daughter Sarah, along with some other folks.
And here is Tiger Fitness. Tiger Fitness was founded by local Norwood, Dan, Chad, and Pristine, Mortimeshi, that started it in their own home and is now expanded outside of the city.
Started in 2001. Now they're a 5-time INC 500 award-winning sports nutrition supplement e-tailer. So many things are bought online now. You don't have to have a shop, they sell things online. How are you, Mr. Mortimeshi?
Did Chris play football for the UC football team?
He did. He was the long snapper. We have season tickets and we took a lot of pleasure in watching him. The year they went to the Orange Bowl, he got to take a lot of trips.
And another of our diamond sponsors, Pro Graphic Printing.
They're a business printing needs since 1986. They offer digital and offset printing. The customers are their top priority.
And another former council person, Bridget Kelly, who's also with Denise Driehaus. Bridget is running for Denise's old state representative position. And Denise, I believe, is running for Hamilton County Commissioner.
Right.
So, how's the...
There's Bridget. And I think that's your dad driving the vehicle, Bob Kelly. And your mom.
Oh, there's her mom.
Martha. Good to see you both.
And now we have ITT Technical Institute. You know, it's wonderful that we have places for technical training here in Norwood, and ITT has certainly been here for a number of years. Lovely campus down in Central Park. They offer career-related educational programs.
Looks like they do medical programs, computers. I know that a lot of folks go there for computers. Scientists, perhaps blueprint.
Well, we look like we're being invaded by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know that. I know they're Donatello,
Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Raphael.
I think they're all here. Spreading the light to Norwood and beyond. It says, they say we can all be heroes and spread the light in Norwood and beyond. They're from Ashland Avenue Baptist Church.
And they're followed by the gold sponsor, Courtyard by Marriott.
They're on Edwards Road and have 123 rooms that are usually full. So they have a bistro restaurant and they also have meeting space. So if you're looking for a meeting space, call Courtyard by Marriott.
favorite at the parade, the Star Strutters Baton Twirl, which is sponsored by the Pendleton Heritage Center. These girls range in age from 3 to 14. They are coached by Crystal Evans and Natasha Evans. They're headed to the Ohio State Fair to compete on July 31st.
Coaches say that they strive to build confidence, pride, and strong character in each of these girls. I think it takes a little bit of courage to walk down the streets and twirl their batons and do what they do. And the individual strengths of each member help make up the team.
And this is my favorite, the minis. They're certainly minis.
That's a long way for those little legs to walk.
They're strong.
Oh, look at this little girl. Just darling.
Now we have the Cincinnati Unimog Club. You know what a Unimog is, Donna?
Well, apparently it's a collection of Mercedes-Benz Unimog, famous for their universal abilities around the world. There's only a handful of these vehicles.
You know, when they said they were Mercedes-Benz, I was expecting a little different looking car than those, but I guess Mercedes-Benz started off doing...
They said they've been around since the early 40s, just after the war, and they're still produced today.
And another sponsor, the diamond sponsor, Paycor. We're certainly glad to have Paycor as one of the many businesses that have moved into Norwood in the last several years.
This is their 25th anniversary. They celebrated their 25th anniversary in 2015 and founded by CEO Bob Kaufman in 1990. They deliver personalized services to more than 30,000 organizations in all 50 states, including the Bengals and the Reds.
And we have the North Presbyterian Church. Many of us remember when that used to be on the corner of Washington and Floral Avenue, but now they've moved to a location on Montgomery Road.
And then this is the Richard E. Lindner YMCA. The Lindner YMCA gymnasium has been converted into a gymnastics facility. So gymnastics are back in Norwood. They're going to be holding a grand opening in the fall. They'll offer classes for all ages and abilities. This is a nationally competitive team. It's been around about 20 years. It's been about 20 years since the last time a gymnastics team marched in the Norwood Day Parade, but they're here to stay. They've installed spring floors so that the girls will be able to compete better. And the tumbling will be just an amazing thing.
And they're doing amazing things right in the middle of our city street. I wouldn't do it if I had 14 feet of cushions, but they are very fierce, as I understand gymnastics. People like to be called.
Back walkover.
And another silver sponsor, the Republic Bank. You know, without our sponsors, it would be impossible to put this parade on. So we certainly thank all of our sponsors at whatever level they may be.
They find mortgages to fit your life, online banking and mobile banking. And again, there's a Blue Ash location on Kentwood Road, but they'll be located at Smith Road and Edmonton Road next week.
And I hear some beats coming. The Cincinnati Stars Marching Band.
Wow, they have all different ages of cheerleaders up front here. The purpose of the Cincinnati Stars Marching Band is to improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement through performance, service, and volunteering. They're located in Over the Rhine in the West End, and they're designed to involve school-aged kids 5 to 18 in community-based music programs that provide direct and demonstrable educational experiences in music. have, as my friend Dan Brinkmeyer says, they have the flag twirlers too. That's always a hard job. Thank you.
And another of our gold sponsors, La Rosa's in Norwood, who are undergoing the renovations of their dining room right now. We thank them for providing the wonderful pizza that they offer to those of us on the reviewing stand.
Next is NOIYS, Never Ending Opportunities Involving Youth Sports. This is a nonprofit started by Norwood parents, and their only mission is to help raise money so kids can play sports in Norwood. They don't want anybody to go without an opportunity to play sports. They pay fees or buy equipment for kids pre-K through 6th grade. Thank you very much. I got a tie-dyed shirt.
I didn't. We have Trinity Pentecostal Church here in Norwood, located on Norwood Avenue. They'll be hosting a vacation Bible school on August 1st to the 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. nightly. Children's ages 2 through 12 years old.
It says, we want you to join our elite forces and train to be in God's Army. Come be a part of God's Army boot camp. Hence, they're dressed in fatigues. The Clerk family. Do we have new baby? Little baby is in the van or in the truck.
And another of our sponsors, the diamond sponsor, United Dairy Farmers, followed by the always popular United Dairy Farmers cow.
You know, UDF opened in 1940. Within a decade, that little family business expanded to 9 locations. And I can attest they have some wonderful ice cream. Best products at the best prices was their formula then and still today. And today they have over almost 200 stores in 3 states. And it looks like one of the old delivery vans, delivery trucks behind the UDF cow.
I know several years ago that we were the first place one of the original delivery trucks was refurbished and brought in by the Linder family.
Next is the Norwood Historical Society. For 38 years, the Historical Society's been shining light on Norwood's history. They collect memorabilia, they collect items for people to research their families and homes and organizations. And they work to keep the memory of the gem of the Highlands burning brightly. And they have an old Cincinnati Transit bus.
And they had a car that was built here in Norwood right before that. All right, hold your ears. I warned you. This group has been making noise in this parade for at least 35 years. It's the 40 and 8.
Interestingly, that either helped 40 men or 8 horses.
I don't see any of the horses,
I don't either.
but I sure hear the cannon going off.
Started in World War I, and it wasn't very comfortable, but they took people to the trenches, and it was just a small misery among American soldiers who afterwards decided to save that as a memorabilia.
And here is the street sweeper from Norwood Public Works. We want to thank the Norwood Public Works employees who helped set up the parade routes, set up the stand, make sure our streets get cleaned up afterwards. They do a lot of hard work in a lot of bad weather.
Put up the flags, they got everything ready. Looked wonderful today.
And we have another sponsor, the Jeffrey Anderson Company.
Jeffrey R. Anderson Real Estate is a premier Midwest real estate developer specializing in leasing, development, construction, and management. They're committed to excellence and responsiveness in the market trends to keep ahead of our competition and maintain their reputation as leaders in the field of retail development. And they have started those wonderful developments over at Rookwood. This is Stone Lanes. They are the sponsor of Pins and Pizza Double Buffet on Wednesdays. Stones Lanes is down at 3746 Montgomery Road. You can bowl and all the pizza you can eat for $10.95.
You know, bowling's coming on back.
It is.
There are a lot of very good bowlers at the various high schools now.
Norwood High School has a pretty successful bowling league. And they, in fact, their home lanes are Stone Lanes. Next is Pristine Senior Living, post-care of Norwood. This is formerly the old Victoria Retirement Community at Victory Park. They do post-acute care, and they offer rehabilitation and physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, help with your post-surgical needs. If you'd like information about flooring, you can contact them at 808-0131. And it looks like they have pet therapy as well.
And they're followed by Jordan Realtors, John Brown.
That's the only realtor firm with an office in Norwood.
And John's been a local resident here for many, many years. He knows where all the good buys are.
Retired police officer, he knows Norwood. Next is Norwood Moose Lodge number 301. It's a family fun center, I can attest to that. They serve Norwood and her citizens for 102 years with sponsorships, assistance, and goodwill. And I think they sponsor the current Troop 9 Boy Scout troop. Lots of familiar faces. And on these nice, hot, humid nights, I understand that the Moose has been packed watching Reds games in a nice, cool air conditioning.
Has nothing to do about the money raffle they have over there.
Queen of Hearts, maybe. That's usually on Thursday.
Okay. Well, if you've ever been at the corner of Montgomery and Sherman, you have seen people during tax season waving their little hearts out. And we have some of those representatives in a very tall Statue of Liberty for Liberty Tax Service, which is located right here on Montgomery Road, just a couple buildings down here from City Hall.
I see Gina Pinto-Williams, the owner. She is a very proud sponsor, I know, of the after-school program of Avenues for Success. They're locally owned. They guarantee accurate services for taxes, bookkeeping, and payroll. They're open year-round, not just during tax season. Located right next to Norwood, they say stop by anytime for a free consultation or give them a call.
There are more different representations of the Statue of Liberty than I think I've ever seen. And they're all doing the electric slide right now.
I stopped up there, they weren't up there. I looked over and knew about it.
Wanda was driving the volleyball team.
Oh, yeah. I was looking. How many got
We have another of our sponsors, the silver sponsor, Voorhees and Ryan Funeral Home and Xavier University. So you have both ends of Montgomery Road, Xavier at the south and Voorhees at the north part of Norwood.
So Voorhees and Ryan are experienced directors. They'll guide you through all parts of the funeral service. They have staff that's dedicated professionals to assist you in making funeral service arrangements. And of course, Xavier was founded in 1831, a private co-ed university providing liberal arts education in the Catholic Jesuit tradition.
Now get a grip.
And now we have Wayne Coates, who's running for re-election as the county recorder.
Seeking his third term. He's walking with his family and friends, and that includes John Mumford, who works in Mr. Coates' office.
So John gets to walk in the parade twice.
He does. John's the finance director, John's 4th Ward Councilman, he's the finance director. I encourage you to re-elect Wayne Coates to the Hamilton County Recorder.
John Mumford just gave us a jar opener and told us to get a grip. All right, we have the Mercy Rookwood Medical Center.
Jewish Hospital and Rookwood Medical Center. Yeah. That Rookwood Medical Center is the one that's located up by where Gold Star used to be.
And you certainly can't miss this blue coloring on when you go up 71. And
Beautiful building.
if you need emergency help, I can tell you from my own experience, you get in there and there's no waiting and it's wonderful care.
Full service emergency department. Right on I-71. They have very good exposure. It's a brand new state-of-the-art tower and emergency department. They say they have short wait times and you get back on your feet faster. And it looks like they also sponsor a mobile mammography unit. Reminding folks, women to get their mammograms every year.
And now we have Jim Deal, currently the sheriff of Hamilton County and running for re-election.
There's Sheriff Neal. Just important to support our police and fire departments. You know, I was reminded that when all this terrible things happen with other people are running away, we have police officers and sheriffs and paramedics and firefighters running toward the scene of a disaster. So.
And I know we often see the sheriffs at different events around the city and providing protection. Fireworks outside the high school at Holy Trinity Festival. We appreciate their work in the city as well as our own police officers.
And we have one of the DARE unit vehicles, Dare to Stay Off Drugs. That still rings true today as it has, for a long time.
And look at these little doggy faces. How can you resist that?
Sweet Dream House Rescue. How cute. Carmen McKeon.
It's a non-profit, no-kill, all-volunteer rescue for all breeds of animals. It's all staffed and run by volunteers. They also have a network of foster homes to get pets ready for adoption.
Sometimes I think the dogs rescue the people.
We have a candidate for judge, Albertus Bishop, who's running for judge of the Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas. This is a county-wide race. He is an attorney with over 31 years of legal experience, both in Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia.
He's had experience in probate, domestic relations, and juvenile courts in Hamilton County, and is the Lincoln Heights Law Director and a volunteer juvenile court referee.
We also have another sponsor, the silver sponsor,
Perry Contracting and Cincinnati Converters. Perry Contracting is a general construction office, and Cincinnati Converters are a flexographic printed packaging business for over 40 years.
and another candidate for Hamilton County Commissioner, Dennis Deters.
Quite a contingent. Lots of
Deters.
Norwood folks in here.
He is currently on the Hamilton County Commission. He was appointed to that position in January of 2016.
He used to be the served on Coleraine Township trustees, and I think Coleraine Township, if I'm not mistaken, is the biggest township in
Now, Donna,
our area.
have you ever wanted to go out on the lake on your own pontoon boat?
Anywhere on the water is good for me.
Well, you have an opportunity at the Holy Trinity Festival to win this boat. The boat is one of the prizes, or if you don't want a boat, you can win $15,000. But this will be, the festival is this weekend, July 30th,
29th,
30th and 31st, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's lots of things going on at the festival. This year, there's also going to be a chicken dinner on Sunday afternoon from
Winner,
4
winner,
to
chicken
7.
dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There will be a karaoke contest. There are all kinds of new and fun things up there. I understand there's going to be a happy hour on Friday with half-price
Half-price beers before the festival starts, from 5 to 7.
craft beers from Listerman Brewery. So it's a fun time up at the festival at Holy Trinity.
And so the Norwood Knights of Columbus are a great service organization that did so much work, not only at church, but in our community. Darlene Rogers for judge, running for Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas. To be fair, independent, and impartial, which it says is critical in our justice system. Says, I will ensure justice is administered equally for all people without bias. I possess integrity and will give respect and honor to the judicial office as a public trust, and strive to enhance confidence in our legal system.
They were followed by Cricket Wireless, one of the...
Something to smile about. Bigger network, smart plan, check them out.
And Tracy Winkler, candidate on current Hamilton County Clerk of Court.
I think half of Norwood is walking in the parade here. See Margie and my sister Patty, Andy Conlon, the Brinkmeyers. They're all here. Where's Tracy? Hello? There's so many people, I can't name you all. All these folks from walking in the parade. Tim Haywood. Tracy Winkler for Hamilton County Clerk of Common Pleas.
And now we have Mary Yeager, who's a candidate to the House District 31. That's the House of Representatives for the area of Norwood. Mary is a certified public accountant, has been involved in local politics here.
Lives right here in Norwood.
And we have another silver sponsor, the New Bethel Baptist Church, and Negley Club and Islandor Funeral Home.
You know, New Bethel has services every Sunday at 9 to 9:45 and in the evening. And everybody knows Negley Club and Islander.
We have Seth Walsh, who's running for Hamilton County Treasurer.
He's the Democratic candidate for treasurer.
Currently the Executive Director of the College Hills Urban Redevelopment Corporation. And another candidate for judge, Zach Holt for judge.
Running for common pleas judge. Those are usually the courts that get more severe cases.
That's correct, and that's a county-wide as opposed to district, which is the municipal.
And next we have Congressman Brad Wenstrup. He says he works hard to represent the families in Ohio's 2nd District in Washington. He was first elected in 2012, and I'd like to note that he's also an active member in the U.S. Army Reserves. He is a lieutenant colonel, and he humbly asks for your support this November.
And then we have a group you may have seen in the news last week, Sensible Norwood. They've put together petitions and have filed them with the hopes of getting on the ballot this November, an issue dealing with the decriminalization of marijuana in the city of Norwood.
Their motto is no fines, no time.
And coming up behind the Sensible Norwood is a group for Chief Judge Tom Heekin. Judge Heekin is currently was appointed to the Court of Common Pleas. Now, see, this is what makes you feel old, because I knew his father when he was a judge. And now his son, who wasn't even born when I started practicing law, is now a judge.
Not only an attorney, but a judge.
And now is a judge. And he's running for re-election this year in November.
Oh, amigos. Cancun Mexican Grill. These are the nicest people I have ever met in the restaurant business in my life. They are so kind. They have an authentic Mexican restaurant right in the heart of Norwood. in Surrey Square, served by your amigos.
Where's Sergio?
Sergio. They had to move out of quality, so now they're at 4410 Montgomery Road, right in Surrey Square. There you are.
Where's Sergio?
There's Sergio. And next we have the community for Zayas Davis. Marilyn Z. Davis for judge, Court of Appeals. Marilyn Z. brings a voice for justice to all of Hamilton County. He has the judicial temperament, experience, courage, and integrity needed in our court system. In November, she asked for your vote for judge.
And I believe we're getting ready to get the Shriners coming up here. This is always a fun part of the parade as we see the different members of the Shriners with their various vehicles.
And we always pause at this point in the parade, somewhere along the route. The Norwood Chamber of Commerce does present a check to the Shriners for the great work they do at the Shriners Children's Hospital.
And I believe they're getting ready to do that.
These are some big motorcycles. We so much appreciate the Shriners' participation each year. We always put them at the end of the parade because they bring it's just such a great way to end with all of the great work they do and all the different vehicles that they bring. And thankfully it's not so hot today, so hopefully none of them will overheat.
I hope not, but they always have something available to do it. We have their Legion of Honor. There are military veterans.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
And here I believe we're now doing the presentation from the Norwood Chamber of Commerce to the Shriners for their participation in the parade. You know, the Shriners sponsor the Children's Hospital.
They were founded in 1877, it says.
And this particular hospital deals with burns, and not a single person treated there is ever charged for their services.
Right. They do other hospitals around the country. Some of them specialize in orthopedic problems or burns or spinal cord injuries. They'll take children up to their 18th birthday. He said, regardless of their ability to pay, whatever insurance pays and whatever the family is able to pay, that's the bill. And they do this with about 1,500 members who are volunteers. And they do the circus and just all kinds of parades and fun units.
I've always liked the Shrine Chanters, a wonderful singing group, which I believe are coming up.
You know, they used to perform at the Norwood Business and Professional Women's club meetings each year. The Shriners Burns Hospital in Cincinnati is located right on Barnett Avenue. It kind of sits between University Hospital and Children's Hospital.
Oh, good. I was worried. I was afraid we weren't going to get the guys with the funky footwear and the big sabers. But we have at least one of them.
It looks like their Shrine Circus is going to be February 3rd, 4th, and 5th next year, 2017. Mark it on your calendar.
And their drum and horn band playing for our entertainment.
The Oriental Band. You should put the disclaimer, do not try this on Norwood city streets.
Well, at least not try it yourself. It may happen.
Uh-oh. I think we had a clown lose his pants.
Seem to think I see an elephant walking down Norwood Street.
There is an elephant on the streets. And it's gotta be hot in that costume.
Although it's turned out to be a beautiful night out. Should be a beautiful day in Tony tomorrow for Norwood Day.
The kids some are entertained and some are a little afraid.
We have some of the mini cars coming up, mini roasters.
Just saw Doc Carino walk by. He's one of the marshals that get everybody started in the parade route to make sure they're lined up. So many community volunteers that make this possible. You don't see them. It just comes off looking like a well-organized parade because that's what it is. Thanks to the volunteers like Doc Carino.
Looks like we have all kinds of animals walking down the street.
Lions and elephants and bears.
Oh my! And they're looking for applause?
Applause, applause, let's go. Oh no, I see these little cars and one of them says student driver. There's the student driver.
Just learning how to do it.
Uh-oh. This looks like so much fun. Men in their cars, right?
And here are the Corvettes. Cars out there,
all kinds of cars. All doing some pretty intricate maneuvering too.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Kind of looks like I-71 during rush hour sometimes, doesn't it?
Actually, more 75. Have you been on there lately?
75, yeah. Oh. Nice. go by right here in front of the review stand.
us.
There's Carl Idler. Carl Idler's in that black car. Carl grew up here in Norwood. Went to Sharpsburg School and Norwood High School. And he's been a really active member in Shriners. I know he plays in the Del High skirt game. Welcome, Carl. Up like that when he was a teenager.
Good to know he had training here in Norwood. Looks like we have probably another group of Shriner cars, convertibles.
As always, we want to thank the Shriners. They make our parade so much more fun. Give them a round of applause, folks. Thank the Shriners.
And some of the Shriners, their past presidents and many of their hard workers are coming by. Their auxiliary, the ladies who work so hard supporting all these gentlemen.
On court number 8, and Lady Susan Martini is the High Priestess. It's the Ladies Oriental Shrine of North America.
We have one final politician coming. Aftab Kurval, who's running for Clerk of Court. Born in Beaver Creek, Ohio, and attended Ohio State University and the University of Cincinnati College of Law. And he's looking to be elected to the Clerk of Court.
Because he's currently the global attorney for Olay at Procter & Gamble. And he served as a federal prosecutor here in Cincinnati.
And I think we're now coming to the end of our parade. I see our last police officers coming through and a whole lot of cars that have been wanting to come down Montgomery Road. And our judges have had an opportunity to make their award, which we will be glad to announce at this time. Again, let us thank our judges, Michael Howard, Kevin Herthel, Tom Salinger, and Tammy Stickley. And so our presentation of the award, the Judge's Choice Trophy, which is the first place overall award, goes to
Holy Trinity Church.
Remember, the festival is this weekend, July 29th, 30th, 31st.
The Carl H. Lindner Memorial Award that goes to the civic church or nonprofit is
The New Bethel Baptist Church.
Congratulations. The President's Trophy for businesses of 100 plus employees goes to UDF.
And the Rick Detmer Trophy for businesses of less than 100 employees goes to those lovely ladies of Statue of Liberty, the Liberty Tax Service.
And then we'll move on to first place musical performance entry, and that goes to the Strutters baton.
The best float, which comes with a cash award of $500, goes to Avenues for Success.
And the second place float with an award of $250 goes to NOIYS, the nonprofit organization that raises money for children's play sports.
So we thank you all for coming to the Norwood Day. This was the 124th, which, if my addition is right, means next year will be the 125th Norwood Day Parade.
Never been rained out. It's been a little rainy a little bit sometimes, but it was beautiful weather today. Want to thank Norwood Community Television for putting this on so that folks can watch it at home if you weren't able to be here today. Norwood Channel 4 and also on YouTube, is that correct?
They have a YouTube channel and also, I believe, a Facebook page where you can watch some of these.
Thank you to the police department for blocking off the streets, for keeping us safe, to the fire department for continuing to provide services despite the